Oh my life, I'm back, and look who I'm with. Little Mr. Trouble himself, little Nero. It's always risky when I try and film with him, because as soon as I start filming, he starts trying to eat my jacket. He doesn't tend to do it all the time if I'm not filming, but as soon as I'm not paying him all the attention, he just wants to keep pestering me and have lots of kisses and cuddles. Say hello to everybody on the screen. Hey Nero, rather than eating me. Anyway, today's video is the usual, various different clips over the last couple of days, but I wanted to start off by saying a huge thank you to all of you who've subscribed to our channel. We hit the 9,000 mark yesterday during a live feed in Bessie's barn with Anya when I gave her a bit of a pamper and a clean up. And it was so wonderful to see us go past that 9,000. And who knows, we might even be able to hit 10,000. I don't know when by. You can all have a guess as to when we can do it by. But yeah, we'll certainly be bringing you more live streams throughout the coming months, and obviously sharing lots of different things that we're doing here. Now, before we head into the video, just a little update on Nero. Some of you will know that I've brought him up to the barn because I'm not entirely happy with how that leg is looking that he had the operation on. It's 12 months ago at the beginning of February, and by rights he should be moving better than he is. I've got a horrible feeling that over New Year, when there were the fireworks, that where he's grown that extra bone to help that hock fuse, that maybe by charging around that's unsettled that, which is why he's feeling more uncomfortable. But I've spoken to Sam today, and he's going to get in touch with Rachel over at Rainbow, who did the operation on him, send her the latest x-rays that he did in November when I took Nero up there to check how he was doing. Do you just want to eat the brush? There you go. Have the brush, and then you don't pester me so much, do you? So I'm managing his comfort levels with different meds, and he's definitely a lot happier in himself now he's up here. But yeah, I'll keep you all posted as to what the plan is and if there's anything else that we can do to try and help him. But for now, enjoy the rest of today's video. And again, thank you all for subscribing. And if you haven't done so already, please just hit that subscribe button below. We've got a relatively dry day. It's quite foggy and misty, but it makes a nice change. Thought we'd start with the girls. There's little Pepper, then Yodel, Micah, and Zhao, and Ren and Inna over at the rather empty looking hay bale, as is the hay ring, which is why today is going to be a day of tractoring and topping everybody up. So there's one bale on my trusted tractor there. And then we've got 3 more here. So we've got 2 going in with the girls. Then we need to top up the boys over there, who are on the last dregs of that bale that Jodie put in while I was away. And then we have another one, which is this one here, that's just on its way up to the yard. So it's a busy morning of tractoring. And these girls are all waiting here for their breakfast, which they'll get very shortly. I promise you girls, it won't be long. That's all the poops picked. And now it's the clean out of the shelters. So that one's not so bad. But where the haylage is, we get all this damp, sticky stuff on the bottom. So we'll get that all thrown away before we put a nice fresh one in here. Very happy with haylage bale number 1, aren't you, Zhao? Eh? And then we've got the dregs of the last one. And then And we've got the second one over there.
It's disappeared.
The sun has disappeared, hasn't it? Yeah. We did think earlier that the sun was burning all this fog off.
Oh, you could see the tiniest bit of blue sky.
It's up there. It's just hidden.
I know, but I don't think it's going to get unhidden.
It might do. You never know. Oh, we got Yodel pushing her way past. Oh, don't go out, sweetheart, because the gate's open. Mind you, you won't do that as long as there's food. So, as disgusting as this is, it is much better than it was like 2 winters ago. And they're stood in lots of slop, but this is where we have to work out exactly where the building is going to go. Whether we go this side of that gas pipeline or that side. But we're on it. The planning's started, so we'll let you know as soon as the decision's been made. That's Ren and Inna up there. They're preferring not to get in the fray with this lot. Well, the fray? I shouldn't say fray, because that means you, doesn't it? I mean the arguments. Yeah. They prefer not to get into the arguments with these guys over the food. Right, should we go and get the boys their bail?
Yeah, that's the goat wasting.
Yeah, they're starving.
Just pushing the bale further back into the shelter.
All happy. They've got their fresh bale in there. I'm happy now because I know that everybody's got enough haylage for the next few days and I don't have to do any more tractoring. This strange little pony has just been licking the bowls out, not that he can lick them out with his muzzle on, and then he literally just got down and rolled in this muddy puddle. I couldn't get my camera out quick enough to video it. Jubbers, do you need me to take your jumper off and give you a good itch? I think that's probably what it is, because it's a little bit milder today and he's probably just feeling a bit scratchy and itchy. Even little Principle's been rolling, hasn't he? Yeah. He's very grubby today. So maybe jumper's off for a while. I've just come to put Michael's camera up on him. He's busy doing more stonework. It was quite nice this morning, the weather, but it's now started raining, so Michael's turned miserable again now. He hasn't. Oh, not now the camera's on.
No, I make a show of the cameras.
No, you don't. You don't. But we do have Ryan from Vulcan Electrics in today, who's going to be running the power supply to the Hoitzer and Jubber's house. Because as you know, obviously Michael is doing the majority of this himself, but there are a lot of other parts that need to be done. So the electrics need to go in. All of this area out here will need to be levelled, which Michael's going to do as well. We've then got a contractor coming in to lay concrete down here for the pad, and then Quattro Flooring will come in and put the dog bone pavers on top of it in this area here, across to the gate and round to the front, and then we'll have the rubber matting, just as we've got in Bessie's barn and up in the top barn, that will go inside the stable area. But before that can be done, we need Tony to come back, and he's back next week, and he just needs to re-level the floor in here so that it's got a slope from the back to the front, because at the moment it's pooling in the middle. So when it comes to us cleaning the stable out, we don't want any, whether it's pee or water from us washing it, sitting in the middle of there and us having to sweep it. So it does need that slope on it. The other thing that Tony's going to be doing, and he's going to have to wait until it's dried out a bit, he's going to bring more soil that we've got from where we scraped away a lot in the boys' field, and he's going to bring it to this area over here and just level out that slope. So that can't be cut away to make it a better level, because it's all bedrock, and that would involve peckers and many weeks of work. So he's just going to fill this top area with more soil to make it a more gradual slope, and then he's going to reseed the whole area. So that's probably going to be around about March time. So just in case you wondered what still needs to be done down here, there is an awful lot still. All of this stone here is for going down in this area here before the concrete pad goes. Then we've got what Tony's coming in to do next week, and I think I mentioned it in another video. He's coming to dig up this front part, and you may remember that Vince dug the channel through here and through the field down to where the water connected on the road. But now Tony will be coming with his digger to dig the channel across here, over the lawn, round the back and up to the top barn, so that we can have the water supply up there. But it would be nice if everything could dry out a little bit. But that's a bit wishful thinking, because it is January. So January and February are usually the worst months weather-wise, as we all know. But sometimes we get that nice dry weather in February, so we can all wish for it. Looks little Jubbers in his pale blue Smurf outfit, because his Smurf outfit to match little Princecle got rather grubby. He had a nice clean up with Frey yesterday, so he's wearing his lighter one. But no doubt this will be dirty by the end of the day. Oh, I've just spotted that I've twisted a belly strap. There we go. And then we've got Annie here. Some of you may have seen her live pamper time in Bessie's barn yesterday. She's looking much cleaner and smarter. I was telling her this morning she needs to go on a diet, but then, you know, it's January. You're allowed to put on a few pounds in January, aren't you, sweetheart? She says, yes, I'm going to consume this entire bale of haylage this morning, I think. I believe the heavens are going to open fairly soon. The sun did threaten to pop over Hampsfell this morning, but then the clouds took over again. Around the corner here, we've got Hidda just disciplining Nero. Nero's in the blue and red because his rug was still very soggy. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't try and eat on Hidda. That's probably not a very good idea. At least he stopped when I came round the corner. So Hidda's just about tolerating his babysitting duties today. I'll probably swap him with Annie later. Oh, you're going to be nice to each other. That's probably about as nice as Hidda's been to him recently. You see, he just had to establish the respect first. And now he's got that, they can be friends. Nero, please don't chew that rug off, because it's a spare. Oh, that's Pfizer in the background, screaming for his breakfast. Let's hope I don't have more ripped rugs by the end of the day. Spoilt rotten again today. by the quilting queen this time.
I've also got something for Frey.
Have you?
Yeah.
Go on, what have you got for
I
her?
to stop at Country Harvest on my way to York. And look what I found.
And-
Frey. And it's lined.
An
And it's
uber
a
coloured.
weirdo hat. There you go. I couldn't resist it.
Frey's on an office day today, so she sat there with her heated blanket. Yeah.
You can wear your hat indoors. It's not forbidden.
No, exactly.
You might overheat. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Can't have that. But Diane's bought us more treats. We're getting thoroughly spoilt this week.
Well, I had to buy 2 packets because they only come in 3s, not 4s.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously, yeah.
Ah.
But with Caral as well. Oh, you see, that's 6.
Well done.
Perfect.
Somebody's been having a very lovely time in the mud. Little Smurfy. Look at your face. Look at your little face. You're a very, very dirty boy, aren't you? But you're going to keep turning your head so that I can't show everybody quite how dirty you are. Do you feel good for that? Huh? Do you feel good for that? Michael's doing the back wall here, or the side wall now. I was a bit late with the camera, so you don't get to see a time lapse of the whole thing. A nice coat of what? Render. I couldn't hear you over your country and western music, so whenever there's a time lapse of Michael doing some work, I always have to try and find country and western music, because you know that's his thing.
It makes me work properly.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's turn it back on then.
But this with lime wash, when you get a cut of lime wash in here, it'll be lovely.
It will be, won't it?
Yeah.
So that's lime wash like we put on the inside of Bessie's
It'll
barn.
be so bright in here. I mean, honest to God, the difference will be fantastic.
Yeah, because it's quite dark at the moment, but the electrics were
Even
being...
in a couple of weeks, when this dries back to really quite white or light, like the floor on the tree, you'll be amazed how much lighter it is. And once you get the lime wash on,
Yeah, well, it was the same in Bessie's barn, because
Yeah.
that looked quite dark, but then,
it brightens it. doesn't
yeah.
it? And it's a nice finish as well.
Cool, I'll leave you to it. Put
Okay.
your country and western back on, just so that you work properly.
Have fun. See you later.
Bye! We had a fairly old cauliflower left over, so I thought I'd see if Hidda and Nero want it. And they're rather enjoying it. Hidda's already eaten a third of it. Are you going to share with Nero? Oh, I've got little jubbers down here wanting a bit as well. You're going to have to save a little bit for jubbers. Hold on. See if I can get a little bit inside his muzzle. Oh, I can. See, I often pop carrots in his little muzzle. There we go. Hold on, let me pop it in there. And I don't think there's lots of sugars in a cauliflower, so I think he'll be fine. Oh, Nero. Is that tasty? Floppy do you want another bite? Oh, I think I'm going to have to get you more cauliflowers. You like these more than turnips or Swedes. There we go. Maybe that's another thing we can add to the wish list. I'll see if I can order them from the same place we get the carrots and the apples. Oh, is that nice? Oh, you've dropped the whole stalk. There we go. Let's give Hidda the stalk. And we've got a little bit left for Jubbers. You can get that in your muzzle. There we go. It's amazing what he can get in there and eat. Did you enjoy that? I think you did. Now, as you know, Nika has been on a lot of box rest and turnout rest because of her foot. And she's been going on the walker since Chris popped her shoe on last week. And Jodie's just brought her in the arena for the first time, just to do a little bit of stretching and relaxation work. And you know, this is the character that she is. She'll always be a little bit edgy and stressy to start with, but Jodie works with her really quietly and really calmly. And she's just gonna take her on the circle there and just use her own relaxing energy to get her to relax down and walk quietly on that circle. There you go. See, she just tapped her on the neck there. She dropped her head down. And it's always that much harder when it's, you know, windy and cold and rainy. That can set them off being a little bit more energetic. But she listens so well. And Jodie just gives her the time to think about it. And it doesn't take long for her to get back into that whole relaxed zone again. And of course, she's got her supervisors. Ted, Moss and Jim at the front, all keeping guard and keeping a close eye on what their mum's doing. After Noodles had her session in the arena in that horrible weather that only deteriorated throughout the day, she had a lovely time with Jodie in Bessie's barn, having a nice clean up and a pamper herself. And she's super chilled out now. And then Hoytsy and Jubbers also got some pamper time in there, again with Jodie, helped by our quilting queen who spent most of the day with us. So Jubbers is back in his pyjamas. He did get that blue rug quite dirty and wet again, so he's nice and snuggly for the night. In with his big buddy.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears, thank you for the moments that we hold.